All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we want to just drop right on into the business of racism.
Yes.
Listen, living while black is
a daily occurrence in the United States.
Listen.
Daily. Oof. Daily. So I want to talk to you. I'll talk about a recent experience I currently had when I was getting my car. Happily got a car at BMW in Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. I wish I had what's name's card. It was the guy that helped me there, but for the most part, everybody there was pretty nice. Mm-hmm. But before I got to that point and got my vehicle, I had got a list. And you remember I was searching for a car, and there was 3 different luxury car vendors I was looking for. It was either going to be Mercedes, BMW, or Cadillac. Mm-hmm. Now, the 2 that was the most expensive was BMW and Cadillac. Sorry, not Cadillac, BMW and Mercedes. Cadillac was at the bottom. So when I was looking at it, and when I say for expense, I'm mostly talking about the leasing program, because I like to lease vehicles, and once I'm done with it, I just give it back to them, and it's yours, and I don't have to worry about it, and I can just go find me something else. Well, I was going to do Mercedes, but Mercedes was at the top of the list in terms of their leasing program. Like some of their monthly rates was like pretty up there.
It was like $1,500.
Yeah, it was high. It was high for the car I wanted. Like if you wanted one of the lower models, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, well. I said, well, let me go through the list first and see. So I was going to go through each one first. Went through Cadillac. Cadillac was the most affordable, but I went to Cadillac of Pasadena, and it was not the best experience. So I went there. I will say one thing, because I'm fair. Mm-hmm. I went there. The girls that was at the front door, they said hi. They were nice, whatever. But when I went inside, they were telling somebody that, hey, I'm looking for a vehicle. And what happened is it kind of like took, I heard people, who's going to help him? Or are you going to help him? Whatever. So this girl
Wait. Back that up. You said you heard them?
I heard it. I mean, because it's an echo in the room and everything in those places. And so I said, okay, whatever. And so I'm thinking that maybe they didn't have nobody on, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't have enough staff. Maybe there was people too busy, but there was hardly anybody in there. So that was what kind of got me. So a white girl comes out there, you know how they're holding a purse and they're like walking like they have a purse in her hand. And she's like, oh, I'm so busy. I'm so busy and everything. I'm like, okay. So she brought me into the room. She got me actual contract, not contract, but a loan application. And it was also, she gave me a pencil. And I'm like, why are you giving me a pencil?
A pencil?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. So I was like, whatever, because mostly today's age, if you go into a car, any type of car dealership, they type in all the information for you. They ask your ID. It's very nice and polished. Right.
This was professional?
Very professional. This was more like, here's the paper, here's that. Okay, fill it out. Right. And so when I was done, she grabbed the paper, snatched it, took it to the guy out there. And they showed me one car. It was a brown Cadillac XT6, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here like, okay, all these cars on the lot, and this is the only one you show me. And so then I'm trying to do a lease program. She says, oh, you don't qualify for the lease, but you can buy a vehicle, and the Cadillac I showed you, that's the one that's available right now. I said, so you mean to tell me none of these other Cadillacs are available, which is weird, because if you want to buy a car, you could buy a car. Right. And you're also telling me that I don't qualify for the lease program, and I know I have good credit. So I was there mind boggled by this, because I've had other car dealerships check my credit, and they're like, yeah, come on in, because you call now. Yeah. And I said, you know what? No, thank you. I said, I don't think this is going to be a good fit for me. There was no thank you. She was happy to see me leave. I said, I can keep this piece of place. Went to BMW of Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. Went in there, was greeted, shook hands. Everybody was like, what can we do for you? The receptionist, she was really nice. She was like, oh, they got you? Okay, are they doing this for you? I mean, we went through the entire process. And he said, man, you're one of our easier customers, because normally they come in here, this is Beverly Hills. You got people that have an attitude or an asshole type demeanor about them.
Mm-hmm. Uppityness.
They're really uppity and stuff. He said, man, you were just so cool, relaxed, chill. This was an easy thing. He said, ran my credit. He said, pretty much you can get anything on the leasing program right now.
Wait, so...
It was a night and day difference.
So, Cadillac
of Pasadena. Let me go ahead and put that out there.
Said you could lease this one little brown Cadillac.
Oh, well, no, I didn't qualify for the lease.
You can't qualify.
I can only purchase that one brown car, is what she told me. All those cars in the lot, I can only purchase that one brown car. And this is the problem: you have people that's not exposed to a lot of black people are that's very racist that don't care. They just don't care. I went there. I was in and out of BMW probably less than 3 hours. He told me like, what are you looking for and everything. He was just listening. He absorbed what I was saying to them, and then he said, okay, I got a few cars that I think will fit you. And he started showing me some of the models, and I said, yeah. I said, that's the one. He said, that's why I brought you to this area, because I knew that this is something that you were kind of similarly looking for. I want the blindside assist. I wanted the automatic cruise control. I wanted all those features on my vehicle, but I also wanted to look sporty.
Yeah.
And he did everything right. And I mean, everybody was so nice and professional. And I don't understand the reason why people are like that. Because you know me, when I go into place, I'm ready to buy. I'm not here to window shop. I don't go to places to do that. I go to buy. But it's just this notion of that, like how people treat black people when they go into these places. So if you are black, don't take your to Pasadena Cadillac. Go to Beverly Hills. BMW.
Yes, avoid it at all costs.
Beverly Hills BMW was really good to me. They have very professional people in there. The vehicles look a lot nicer too. Because, actually the Mercedes and BMW were my first two choices, but I went with the more affordable option. Yeah. Well, it's the reason why they're the most affordable, because they treat people like that. So that's just what I have to say about it.
So, being black in the world, there's so many things that we experience on the day-to-day basis, the little microaggressions, the side eyes, just the little, there's so many things that we experience that we're taught to just kind of let slide. We're always the ones that are being reprimanded. We're always the ones that, even like by our people and our parents, we're the ones that are expected to be the best. So
we can't be mediocre.
We can't be mediocre.
We don't have an option.
And then little Timmy, somehow,
who's below average,
little Timmy has access to an AK-47. Little black kids get into maybe a fist fight, or they play hide and seek rough, and the police are on their way. That's literally our life. So
that's why I said the business of racism. This is what we go through
on a day-to-day basis.
And this was just to buy a car. So just imagine buying a house and trying to get a business loan and just knowing about the laws like redlining. And one thing that gets me, and I'll say this to end my portion of this topic, is that one thing that bothers me most is when you see an uppity immigrant that comes over from out of the country and they tell people, oh, why can't black people make it? I said, do you understand the laws that were put in place for you guys to be more successful than black people? I said, black people weren't even allowed to get loans in their own neighborhood, but they gave it to Chinese and Mexicans and things of that nature and said, oh, don't bring that out here. You ain't coming to our white neighborhoods, but you can take that out to the black neighborhoods. And it gets me because the black people is what drove these people to be so successful. And for you to follow us around the store and for you to talk down to us without the Civil Rights Act and all, a lot of y'all will still be over in these other countries because a lot of them fled their country. That's the difference. They fled it because they couldn't make it over there. And it was wars and things of that nature. We were taken from our country. That's a big difference. Snatched up and then lied to. And then we were supposed to get the 40 acres in the middle, and that was taken back. And then we had the redlining laws and the vagrants laws. I said, all these laws affect black people. And so that's what gets me about, like, when you're trying to get a car, get a house or something, we should not have to go through this. This is ridiculous.
Listen, like when they just said, you're free-ish, we're not giving you anything. Somehow you just happen to be here. Even though, here's the thing, it's not like there weren't already black people here in America before this whole Christopher Columbus situation. But a lot of us were snatched and taken from everything that we knew. Like, don't even know like what our original names were. Don't know who our ancestors were. Don't know what village we came from, what tribe we came from. and we were just like thrown. Even like once slavery, even there's still modern day slavery happening. Even though, when slavery was abolished, like it's like, okay, so now the shackles are off. Like, but like now what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to claw yourself up the corporate ladder to be a normal human being in the United States when you don't have it's taking me to a dark place. And I'm going to move on. We're going to move on to the next topic, okay?
Hello, ladies and gentlethems. If you're enjoying the show, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can not only be a part of the conversation, but you will also be in the know when we upload new content. Love and light to you all.